What is going on? What is going on? What is going on? It's your boy, Julien Stoutt, the best personal trainer you have never heard of, and that is the God's honest truth. So, welcome to the channel. We're about to take off, and class is in session. So, my apologies for last week. We had a situation happen where my computer totally froze and it didn't go the way I wanted to, so I tried to scramble and do something else. But what I want to do is I want to turn around and start with the actual conversation that I wanted to talk about today, because you know, have you ever hung out with, worked with, been around a group of people that are just a bunch of haters? And I don't mean, don't get me wrong, yours truly is not perfect. I don't believe I am. I don't think I am. I know that I am flawed like everyone else. And like everyone else, you have haters. Some of them will never, ever impact your life. Some of them will never even bother to even scratch the surface as to irritating you. But there are a group of haters that I want to turn around and address today. And I want to address the haters that seem to have a narrative about who you are as an individual, about who you are as a person, as opposed to actually listening and paying attention to the differences of ideologies. One of the biggest problems that I've realized that is happening in our society right now is that nobody goddamn listens. Nobody listens to not a solitary thing the next person is saying. What they want to do is hear what they want to hear and then interject what they believe they heard, as opposed to actually listening to the human being that is. And I have had it up to here with that. Flat out. Just had it. Because one of the biggest problems that I got is I'm going to be a big Shedeur Sanders defender. He should have been a Giant. Not that I'm mad at Jackson Dart, but I like Jackson Dart. I actually like and respect his game. He's a gamer. He's willing to put his body on the line to win a football game. He makes pretty good decisions. I don't see him making really dumb decisions on the football field. So I'm not going to sit here and cast aspersions on the Giants as though they made a bad choice. I would have preferred Shedeur, but I am happy with Jackson Dart. Okay? Despite us having the worst record in the NFL at this point. At least to my knowledge, we do. My problem is that men like Shedeur Sanders, men like myself, who put themselves in a position where they're to be respected, they're to be admired, in the sense that, and when I say admired, I don't mean like, oh, he's so handsome. No, I'm talking about like legitimately admired because they are a solid individual. They're respectful. They are impactful. They care. And they are confident in who they are. And some of you, this is part of the reason why I really want to talk about it, because some of you have an unhealthy attitude towards people with confidence as opposed to arrogance. There's a big, ginormous difference between confidence and arrogance. You want to humble people who are arrogant, but you don't want to mess with people who are confident, because one of the biggest problems about messing with people with confidence is that you're not going to break them because they've been broken already. And when they finally learned the lesson that they needed to learn after getting broken, you're bending adamantium at this point. You're not going to break them. You're not going to shake them. They're unflappable. They're going to do what they got to do in order to make it. That's what's going to happen. Arrogance is believing something that you have no proof it can be done, with no knowledge about the subject matter, but you believe that you are the end-all be-all. The difference is that confidence is something that can be proven. Confidence is something that has been proven. Confidence is something that people who have witnessed the struggle will begin to appreciate the fact that you also appreciated the struggle, the hard work, the dedication that you put into this craft, whatever it is, and that you are not going to be moved simply because the wind blew left or the wind blew right. That is confidence. Arrogance is thinking that you're better than everybody. I have never once heard Shedeur Sanders open his mouth and say, I am better than everyone else. He said, my career will be legendary. He said, I am what the Browns have been looking for. He didn't say I was better than Baker Mayfield. He didn't say I'm better than Barry Zapp. He didn't say he's better than Vinny Testaverde. He didn't even say he's better than Deshaun Watson. He just said I am who Cleveland was looking for. He is telling you I am confident in my abilities and my skills and my ability to get better. I just want to remind you. He is on his third official start. He is on his third week working with the first squad ever. Not working with the first team on and off here and there from sporadically because either he's not there, he's not committed, or they don't want it. The man has literally been sidelined from even playing with the first squad. That, if you don't know anything about football, let me tell you something. That is criminal. Never. I'm not saying he has to take more snaps than the starting quarterback. That's arrogant. If you are not named the starting quarterback for the team, you are arrogant to believe that you deserve more snaps than the starting quarterback. That's arrogance. Confidence is, it doesn't matter when you put me in, I'm going to perform. It doesn't matter what you do with me. When I'm given the opportunity, I'm going to rise to the occasion. That's confidence. Arrogance is, how dare you make me the second string? How dare you make me the third string? How dare you draft me in the 5th round? Let us be arrogant for you or for him. But he isn't talking out of the side of his neck. He's not second guessing his coach. I am. We are. As a black man, one of the biggest problems I have with this society, with this country, is when a black man is confident in his abilities, somebody wants to try to shit on him. I've had it up to here with that. You don't crush people because you don't like the fact that they feel good about themselves and you don't. What you need to do is go get you some. That's the flat out truth. What you need to do is go get you some. We're not going to play games tonight. Because at this point in time, the man threw a 364 yards. Threw 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Ran for 30 some odd yards. in his second full start as the quarterback who has seen the first team for 2 straight weeks. I don't care if it's about the Titans. And all y'all racist haters, I'm gonna straight up say it. Y'all racist haters talking about, oh, it's the Titans. And what happened? He lost. Let me tell you why he lost. I don't care if he lost. He could have been the one to have bungled that play that tied the game. I don't care if he lost. What I care about is, did he show up? Did he produce? Did he give his team the best chance to win? He put up 29 points. Last I checked, there's a defense. Last I checked, the defense was supposed to be a set of world beaters. So how did the other team score 31 to begin with? Never mind the turnover. I'll even spot you 7 and say, okay, the score should have been 29 or 28 for that matter, 21. Let me go where I need to go with this. Why did Kevin Stankonia go for 2 at a time where it wasn't necessary to go for 2? Answer me that. Why did Kevin Stefanski go into wildcat formation, taking the quarterback that even gave you the chance to win out of the game? For what? To not let him be the hero, to not let him grab the headlines. He's already grabbing the headlines no matter what he does. Some of y'all want to call him a distraction. What is he doing that's distracting? Somebody tell me in the comments. Somebody in the comments, live or uncut, tell me what he's doing to be a distraction. Is he showing up to practice late? Is he getting into trouble off the field? Is he disrespecting teammates? Is he disrespecting the media? Is he disrespecting the administration of the Cleveland Browns? I know the answer to all of these questions, and the answer is no. Some of you have even gone as far as to lie on the man and say he's not sitting up front. He's not paying attention. He's not doing the work. I even heard somebody actually go as far as to say that he's working too hard and that's why his shoulder hurts and that's why he can't throw. So let me ask you a question. If a starting quarterback is used to throwing anywhere between 45 to 60 passes a game, meaning, and when I say a game, I'm talking about for practice, 45 to 60 snaps per game or per practice, and you're not getting the snaps that you need to play at the level of which the team that you play with, what do you do if you're hungry? I'll wait. What do you do when you are hungry? Do you just sit back and wait for somebody to give you opportunities, or do you make opportunities to happen for you? Do you go out and hire some wide receivers to run routes based on the playbook that you've been given? You don't have to you don't have to tell them the actual call signals. Just tell them, hey, run a post route. You want a post route. You want a curl route to the inside. Tight end, run a zigzag route. Go heading to the right. Running back, support my offensive line and then chip off and then run a flat. That's what you do. And then you execute if that is the play that you wanted to work on. You execute it. If you think somebody's sandbagging, call them out. Hey, man, I didn't bring you out here to sandbag. I need you to turn around and run these routes sharp. I need you to run these routes like as if this is a real game. I need you to run these routes. Can you do that for me? Because I'm going to get you the ball. And then you practice. I've never heard anybody get mad for somebody going and actually practicing harder. You're damned if you do, if you're damned if you don't. Y'all got on Allen Iverson for talking about practice, when what he was talking about wasn't even about practice. He was talking about the fact that one of his friends just died. And here y'all are asking him about questions about practice, like that matters. But y'all took and ran with it talking about, oh, he don't want to practice. Oh, he don't do this. He don't do that. Here comes Shedeur Sanders on the other side of the spectrum, telling you he's practicing hard all the time. He's working. And y'all want to turn around and bitch, whine, and complain about that. Imagine the gall, the unmitigated gall for him wanting to work. For him wanting to show up and be there for his teammates, despite the fact that his coach has sabotaged him at every single point. From the draft all the way down to him not seeing first string touches at all. That is criminal. First of all, let me explain to y'all. I have been on the sidelines of semi-pro, college, and high school teams. And never in the history of ever have I ever seen the head coach try to sabotage the quarterback that is the most talented on the field. Never have I seen it done in person. I've seen it done on TV. I've seen, what's that idiot with the Giants that turned around and benched Eli because he didn't like him. McAdoo, that's his name. I've seen it done. I've seen McAdoo do it to Eli Manning. I've seen other coaches do it on TV. But you have no excuse. You telling me Dylan Gabriel's your guy? He's a supercomputer? He's a supercomputer but can't throw the ball worth a damn? I don't give a damn. You know, you could understand all that you want to understand about everything there is to understand about anything. But if you can't make the car go, you're useless. You could put the most powerful computer inside of a hoopty. If the hoopty don't go, it don't matter. You could put the most advanced AI system in a Ford Pinto. It won't matter. It's still useless. The man can't throw the football past 7 yards. And if he does throw it 7 yards, it sails. He has my arm. I'm going to say it. I can't throw a football that good. I don't have an arm. I have legs, but I don't have an arm. My arm is useless. If you try to make me a quarterback for real, it ain't going to work. It's not going to work. But what I am sick of is the criticism beyond all recognition. Yes, it is good to criticize him. I'm not asking you, or I'm not suggesting that he is beyond reproach. Criticize him fairly. Criticize him in the things to make him better. Don't criticize him because you're a hater. You're the fact that his daddy was rich. His daddy is Deion Sanders, for God's sakes. And for the simple fact that that young man wants to work hard, put his body on the line regardless, to follow in his father's footsteps is commendable, actually. The man could have sat on his butt after his NIL deal and did nothing. The man made $30 million as a college athlete. And he has other deals. The man's sitting pretty. But he wants more. He knows he can do more. He knows he could put himself out there to not necessarily be his dad, because his dad was electrifying. Say what you want, whether it be with Atlanta, whether it be with the Cowboys, or the 49ers. It doesn't matter. His daddy was, or the Ravens, his daddy was electrifying. His daddy is legendary. But the humility that this young man has within the confidence he has is second to none. And I'm mad as all get out that so many of you out here in social media can't seem to see it. It is beyond infuriating when you see somebody that's being positive, when you see somebody that's being professional, when you see somebody that is putting himself in the best position to win, and you still hate him or her. Some of y'all were doing that to Caitlin Clark. Some of y'all do it to Angel Reese. Now, I'm not even talking about now. Let me be fair. If you are an AFC North fan, if you are a Baltimore Ravens fan, Pittsburgh Steelers fan, or a Cincinnati Bengals fan, and you want to, take shots at Shedeur Sanders, by all means do so. That's your rival. I expect you to be a hater. You could be a hater and still be respectful, if that makes sense. When Derek Jeter retired, the Boston Red Sox showed their respect to him. They hated his guts in terms of the athlete. They hated his guts, but they didn't hate Derek Jeter the man. And I know that you AFC North fans are the same, or for the most part the same. However, if you want to hate the man, I don't mind that either. That's your rival. Hate him. That's fine. But the rest of you have no God-given reason to hate that dude at all. Some of y'all got Cheeto stains on your shirts. Some of you have never picked up a football. Some of you were useless on the football field, couldn't do not a damn thing to help the team at all. You couldn't even carry the damn water. Some of you couldn't make the cut. High school, college, or the pros. That's why some of you are haters. And to me, that's absolutely pathetic. I've talked to pros. I've talked to people who played the game. For real. Not the high school level, not on the street, not in the park, not the weekend warriors. People who played the game for real. People who have coached for real. And they all tell me, this is BS. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen real quick with you. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. Because I want you to hear from, he was an okay coach in the league. He's not in the league right now, but he's an okay coach. His brother is one of the most premier coaches in all of the NFL. Was at least. And let me share it with you. Here we go. Let's see what we got here. So here we go.
With his feet were a lot more calm in this.
There you go, coach.
They were very good, very good. I like the fact, you know what I look at quarterbacks, I like to see how they handle adversity throughout the game. And the third quarter was a debacle. They had a block punt, an interception, fumble by the running back.
Samson.
They were down. Now how do you handle yourself in known passing situations? And I thought that's when he became his best. Going through the progressions, hitting the running back Samson on 2 big plays. I know he hit a screen pass, but I just liked his calmness and poise in the pocket when things weren't going so well. I like the fact that he looked like he was competing. It looked like he was, you know what I mean, he was focused. He wasn't a happy-go-lucky, I'm just happy to be here type of guy. This guy really wanted to win and bring his team back. I like that about him. Obviously, there's some, you know, the interception was a poor play, but for the most part, the improvements that I've seen him from his first game and a half of play was very significant. And that's what you're looking for in a young quarterback. You know what I mean? This is a building block process, which I keep telling you guys. You know, he throws an interception. I told you he sucks. He throws a touchdown. I told you he's the greatest thing ever. Let's just keep watching him play. These are going to be 4 very important games for Shedeur and the franchise of the Cleveland Browns coming up for the future. What are we doing with Deshaun Watson? What are we doing with Dylan Gabriel? Is Shedeur our franchise quarterback moving forward? Are we going to draft players around Shedeur? Are we going to run our offense? Are we going to get a coach that is conducive to Shedeur? Or who? What are we doing? So these 4 games for him to prove that, yes, I am the franchise of this team moving forward. So whoever's coaching me next year, is it Stefanski, whoever else, they know that they're going to surround me with the right people and make an offense for me. But I thought over the first game and a half, I mean, it's a significant improvement. Foot, poise, he escaped some rushes. He was very accurate with the intermediate short routes, which he's always been good at that. So impressed, man. I can't say anything negative about it.
As a coach, would you do that? Would you build a team around Shedeur?
I still got 4 really good games, but I think from what he showed, his ability to make plays outside the pocket to Bond in his first start, his ability to make people miss for a scramble touchdown, his accuracy, his anticipation to Jerry Jeudy on a 60-yard touchdown was very, very good. So he's shown flashes of everything you need to be a professional, successful quarterback.
So, yes.
Yeah, right now, I mean, but let's just see. We got the Chicago Bears. This isn't the Tennessee Titans now coming up. We got the Bears coming up. They lead the league in forced turnovers. This is a consistent league type of deal. You got to perform week in and week out. I mean, not every quarterback. So we saw Hurts struggle last night. Everybody's all over her.
Exactly.
So you can't just make or break your evaluation based on 1 game or 2 games or 3 games. Let's just keep it going. But for me, he has shown the ability to do everything you need a quarterback to do. That's read a defense, good footwork, protect the ball, escape pressure, anticipate throws, and lead. Yeah, for sure. So
okay,
very impressed.
Last week you said, right now, bang. You didn't see enough right now.
So for the people who don't know who the black man is next to him, that's Akeem Talib. Akeem Talib was one of the premier cornerbacks in the NFL. He was a shutdown cornerback like Deion Sanders, who is Shedeur Sanders' dad. Shutdown corner. You don't want to throw to that side until you want to throw to that side, right? And meaning until his skill starts to diminish, or his speed or his capacity to perform starts to diminish. Then you want to test him. But in the height of his abilities with the New England Patriots, you didn't want, and with the Denver Broncos, you didn't want that smoke. You didn't want those problems. You didn't want to throw to that side of the football. To that side of the field, excuse me. So Akeem Talib is turning around and saying, I'm seeing stuff. If I was on his team, I would want to play with him. I would want to go out there and play for him. I would want to get him the damn ball back again, because you know what? I know it's going to be 3 and outs all day, every day. And if I'm putting 3 and outs, that gives me a better chance to win, because I know my team is not going to be derivative of points.
He did a couple of those very nice.
I did too.
I saw it. I like it a lot.
Yeah,
bootleg. One of the bootlegs, he expected edge pressure, which he got. He stopped his feet, hit the low cross. I love that. I love stuff like that.
A little shit.
A little shit.
But I would not want to be Shedeur right now.
As the more experience you get, and the more you're expecting things. I got a bootleg, when you're first starting, you're like, I got a hell of a good fake. I got a bootleg. Oh shit, the defensive end's right there. Now the more, I see you end. I'll be ready for you. Here's a fake. There he is. Boom, bang. I love stuff like this. Little. And then the throw to Jerry Jeudy on the dagger route again for a touchdown. It wasn't even a good route. It was nice. The corner route, the touch that he shows in the red zone.
Nice.
Very, very nice. Now, his arm strength is probably where people are going to say, hey, he threw a couple deep balls that kind of floated on him and hung in the air. If there was a negative in the blizzard.
Windy.
In the blizzard.
It was windy. You guys keep making excuses.
I ain't making excuses. I'm just saying, if I see somebody throw a deep ball in the blizzard.
I just complimented the shit. I said, if there was one little negative, if I'm going to be nitpicky, I'd say a couple balls floated on him. The interception floated on him. And,
Did the throw to Jeudy float on him at all?
The dagger?
Laser? Yeah.
Slice through the blizzard.
You don't need those. Those need to be just over the linebacker until bang right here. I like those.
All right, so if you down 14, you Shedeur playing like he playing, he scored a touchdown. You going for 2 right there on the first one?
I never do, but a lot of coaches do that right now for some reason.
I don't want to talk about what a lot of
I always kick it because I want to have the chance to go for 2 at the end to win it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And then if you you would have kicked that, then boop, he come score. Whatever reason you didn't kick it, he come score another touchdown. Are you taking Shedeur out to run the rookie to rookie to rookie?
If I was going to run a wildcat play, I would never take out my quarterback. You know that play would have worked if what's his name? Forgot to pitch it to the receiver.
He did.
Right.
I think they told him. I said, make sure you carry out your fake a little bit. And by the time he was carrying out his fake, the bitch was gone.
One of them situations where he was like, catch the ball.
No, I think in that situation, the comeback and the guts that Shedeur showed in that game, there ain't no damn. I'm putting the ball in his hands. I'm a 3-man combination over here.
And what do you have to? Your team is 3
You just
and 10.
seen him
Did you hear what he said? If it were me, and he was a coach who made some pretty questionable decisions as a coach, he wouldn't have taken it out of his quarterback's hands. Yet, Kevin Stefanski did just that. Oh my God. Oh. Can you tell I'm hot? Can you tell I'm fuming? Can you tell I'm angry? Can you tell that I'm emotional? The answer is yes. So, moving on. Oh, by the way, to quote Stephen A. Smith, when it comes to your opinions, I don't give a damn. I don't. I genuinely don't. So, in my last video, I was discussing what to do. Basically, now that Thanksgiving is over with, you still have 2 more holidays to get through. And those 2 holidays are Christmas and New Year's. And how do you get through those holidays without expanding your weight to such a degree where you're fighting for your life? And the average person gains about 10 pounds, right? The average person gains about 10 pounds. So as a result, you don't want to find yourself on the wrong end of that weight gain. Are you not going to gain any weight at all? Highly unlikely. But if you can mitigate it, right? You want to mitigate as much of it as humanly possible. So where I left off at when I was talking is there are 28 grams in 1 ounce. And there are 7 calories per ounce in alcohol. So obviously, if we pull out my hand, actually, I don't even need the calculator. 7 8s, 56. Yep. 7 8s, 56. So 56 carried to 5. You got 7. 7 2s is 140. 140 plus 5 is 176. So 1 ounce of alcohol is 170 calories for 1 ounce of pure ethanol. Now, don't know about you, but some people tend to mix things into their drinks. For if it were a glass of wine, you're talking about a 6-ounce glass of wine to meet that same alcohol content. Then to add an additional extra for the fruit sugars that may still exist inside of, say, wine, you're talking about maybe about 210 calories. So let's see. Of wine, actually. Let's go with wine. 123 calories at 5 fluid ounces. Okay. 123. That can't be right. It says 1 ounce of vodka is 65 calories. That shouldn't be right. Cause how many calories are in 1 gram of vodka? 1 gram of alcohol, actually. Let's put that in there. Alcohol contains 7 calories per gram, which is almost double carbohydrates and protein, and slightly less than fat, making it a calorie dense but often providing an empty calories without nutrients, and mixers adding even more. Like I just said, and I didn't even look it up. That's the cool part. I didn't even look it up. So it cannot be 65 calories for an ounce of vodka, which is pure alcohol. I would say those numbers are skewed. And oh, by the way, you do get to be skewed plus or minus 20% by the USDA's permission based on statistical data. You can actually be as much as 20% off on your information, on the documents of the information that are being provided for the nutrition values. You could be as much as 20% off, plus or minus. So I want you guys to be real careful about when you make and pass judgment about the decisions you make during these last bit of holidays. I got 1 week and 2 days left of school before I go on Christmas break. I'm looking forward to that. And I'm going to eat. I'm going to enjoy my holiday. And then in the process of all of that, I'm still going to grind. I'm still recovering from these injuries. I'm on the mend though. There's been a lot of positive progress. I just got to be more careful, and I got to be more mindful about what I'm doing to my body and making sure that I'm providing it what it needs to heal and perform. I expect to be in the full throes of the gym probably at the beginning of the year, based on the way I feel right now. Scale of 1 to 10 in terms of pain in certain areas of my body, I'm probably going to say I am at a 6.5 right now. I'd say I'm about a 6.5 right now. So I'm still working out, but I'm not working out with that same level of intensity that could possibly injure me, because I'm very afraid of blowing the tendons in my body. And I don't want to do that, because then I'm really out of the gym for a while, and that's going to suck. And it'll suck to even run. I wouldn't even be able to run under those conditions. So I'm not going to put myself in that position because I don't deserve to do that. I want to be in the best physical conditions possible come this summer, where I can actually show you my hard work and show you my dedication and show you that it's all good. All right, guys, that's my time. I want to actually get out of here and actually do some things like hang out with the wife, chill out, and get back to business tomorrow morning because I have an important meeting to deal with. So with that being said, if you have any questions, feel free to share them with me via YouTube and comment on any of the videos that I put out. If you want to set up some training or something like that, go ahead and hit me up on stoutfitness.com, where you will be able to send me a personal message, and I will be more than happy to receive it. And I will be able to set up something with you to be able to help you be the best you. But also, I want you to understand, you have the power to move things your way. Unless you're a hater. Shedeur Sanders is going to be just fine. I don't have any doubts in my mind he is. Whether it's in Cleveland or somewhere else, he's going to be just fine. And I want you out here in YouTube land, especially people who may feel like the world's got their foot on their neck. I want you to understand that when the world is putting its foot on your neck, that means you're up to something great. And I want you to do me a favor and get up. Even if it takes all you have to get up, you do that. You don't let anybody break you. You don't let anybody destroy you. If you need to change in order to achieve, do that. But do not, at any point in time, let anybody break or destroy you. So, with that being said, have a nice day. Be the best you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and on YouTube. Have a nice day. Be the best you. Class is Stoutt.